Here are reasons why you're having communication problems in your marriage. Trust me, communication is a big deal. I feel like if every couple should master communication, there will be greater levels of peace in your home. Have you ever sat across your spouse and felt like you were speaking a totally different language? Like you were both saying words, but nothing was landing. My name is Nike Folagbade, and I'm a trauma-informed family life coach and therapist, and I help individuals and couples heal from emotional trauma so you can begin to thrive in love, life, and purpose. So let's talk about these big issues with communication. You see, communication is not just about words. It's about understanding, safety, and connection. And you see, many marriages are struggling not because they don't talk, but because they don't know how to talk. Do you see that line? Not because they don't talk, but because they don't know how to talk, right? So let's walk through some deep-rooted reasons why communication breaks down, and I want you to see which one applies to your home right now. So let's think, what's going to be the first one? Come on, you should know it. The first one is mindset. Yes, your mindset shapes your tone, your reactions, and even how you hear what your spouse is saying. Sometimes what you're hearing is different from what your spouse is saying. Their intentions completely different from what you're already assuming at that point. You see, if you grew up in a home where shouting meant authority, you might think that silence equals disrespect. If your mindset says, I must always win, then every conversation becomes a battlefield. You know, a man once told me, Coach Nike, I don't like talking too much. It makes me feel weak. Do you know that that's a mindset, not a reality? Because in marriage, communication isn't weakness. It is actually wisdom. Philippians 2:5 says, in your relationships with one another, have the same mindset as Christ Jesus had. Why? He had the mindset of humility and understanding, and that is what builds connection any day and any time. So let's look into the second one quickly. I call this expectations. Trust me, expectations can be unspoken and can also be unrealistic. And unspoken expectations are often silent destroyers of peace. You expect your partner to just know, to just guess it, to just read your mind, to read what you want, to call you first, to apologize first. You know, but you've never said it. You've never discussed it. For example, a wife once complained that her husband never helped with chores. When I asked if she had ever told him how much it's weighing on her, she just shouted, "He should know." I'm like, come on. Maybe you grew up in a home where only the women were doing it. The truth is, love doesn't read minds. Love learns to communicate needs expressly. And Ephesians 4:2-3 reminds us that we should be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love, and make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Now, the third one, which is a big one, I feel like everybody should learn this. It's empathy. You see, empathy is the bridge between hearts. Without this, conversations will turn into accusations. And sometimes couples don't lack words, they lack the listening capacity. Imagine your spouse says, I feel lonely. And instead of pausing, you reply, but I'm always at home. That's defense, not empathy. Do you see? True empathy says, oh really? Why do you feel alone, especially since I'm right here with you? It's being curious about your partner's world that will bring you access into the depths of their soul. And empathy softens the heart. Remember, Proverbs 15:1 says, a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. So instead of taking everything as an attack, take it as an invitation to deeper levels of conversations. And the fourth one is pride. You see, pride is the wall that blocks connection. Many couples struggle with saying, I'm sorry, or I was wrong. Pride makes you defend your ego instead of protecting your relationship. For example, you might keep silent after a disagreement, waiting for your spouse to come to their senses when both of you are actually hurting. But you see, silence can also become a weapon. Pride in itself creates distance faster than infidelity ever could, you know. And Proverbs 16:18 says, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. So humility in marriage is not about losing. It's choosing connection, love, and vulnerability over ego. So don't be quick to just guard yourself and just bottle things up Open up yourself to love. And if you feel like your partner doesn't deserve such, maybe it's time for you, both of you, to come for therapy. Don't you think so? And the fifth one is ignorance and secrecy. Ignorance says, I don't need help. Secrecy says, I will hide what's wrong. Both of these things, they destroy your intimacy, because marriage is not a private affair for you. It's sacred and it's meant for both of you. And there's a difference. Privacy is all about nobody should know what's happening. But when you're thinking in a more sacred way, you're saying, we'll protect what's holy. We'll seek wisdom when needed. Many marriages could have been restored if only they sought guidance early. Proverbs 11:14 says, where there is no guidance, a people falls. But in an abundance of counselors, there is going to be safety. But you can actually start somewhere. If you have noticed these patterns in your marriage, it's time for you to get equipped. My book, Untold Secret and Wrecked Marriages and How to Lead Her with Love for Men, is a great way to uncover the hidden patterns and the emotional blind spots that makes communication difficult. And guess what? You can also book a breakthrough healing session for both of you, where we can unpack the roots and begin to rebuild safety. I want to believe that this will be a call for you to get interested in making your marriage better. So if you really loved this video, I want you to like, to subscribe, and to drop a comment telling us one thing that you want to start doing differently. I am here to make sure that your marriage is better, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.